He gets it. No, let it go. Oh, Saunders back in the pack. Big sponsor. Donovan's in it. Sean English is in it. Oh my God, are you?
Caution! No way. Or he's gonna dive bomb him. Here he goes. He's gonna try a bomb. All the way to his bumper. Can he shove him? Can't do it. Dylan Old is gonna win it here in Iowa.
Bump and run! Oh, he's done this before!
Bump and run, the 61 to the inside. Can he make it work? He's got it.
Inside he's 0-2. He's sliding! Oh, Burrows is around! Oh, the wrecking right in front of him. That's Mogren.
Jones is a great run on the high side.
Drive off the corner and
They're gonna be side by side. This is gonna be a photo finish 3 wide off the wire. And that's the stripe. It's gonna be Ruggles! Oh my God, what a finish! iSCAR's in. We're up and away. Green flag.
61, Dominic Howell.
Oh, he gets hooked! Oh my God! Hard as the wall! Huge track on the start finish line. Who comes out on top?
Dallas Mayan wins.
Dallas Mayan wins it! What? Make quick work of that number 9 of Eric Andrews. Andrews washes up the racetrack. Oh, let's go! Oh no! Oh! They're gonna be wrecking. That's the big one. Oh my God! Connor's involved. They're still wrecking. For the Volusia Sprint Week for the iSCAR Sprint Car Series, round number 2 comes here at the Volusia Speedway Park, getting set to go green here just momentarily. Not a lot of drivers here for tonight, but that's not going to change on how we're going to race for this one. But anyway, 12 cars, going to duke it out. Probably going to have a couple of heats, but with this, 16 people make it into the main, so I'm pretty sure everybody is going to make it in, so nothing's going to be bothered there. We're going to pull up point standings right in front of your screen. Christopher Wheel has led after that last lap pass at Lanier. He puts himself up front, out in front of everybody. Austin Griffey going to be in second place. He is yet to actually show. I think he's actually here. Griffey here? Yeah, he is. He's currently standing on the top of the board. A lot of drivers on the racetrack as of right now, hence why it's a quiet track, but getting set to go green. 19 people on the points after last week. Saunders, Keaton, Aiden, Costello, Allison, Saunders. I mean, I did say Aiden already. Mulrooney failed to make it into the main last time. None of them are actually here. We're still getting some more drivers. Jackson Minshew's joining in late, so that's going to extend the field to 14, but 16 drivers going to dot the field for, oh gosh, Menchu just PM'd me and told me his interview is going to be in German. But anyway, Griffey, as of right now, we're going to pull up the standings here just momentarily, but that number 57 machine currently chopping the charts as of right now. Oh, now Saunders logging in late, so that's going to extend the field to 14. Yeah, should be fun. First time iSCAR's ever been to Volusia, so I'm interested to see on how these drivers should adapt for the race and these track conditions for tonight. Looks like a fairly clean track, so I'm not expecting any huge shake-up. Or actually, the track's actually pretty slick, but not like it's gonna bother the drivers. Everybody could just easily adapt, and since it's open setup, I'm interested in who has the best one. Obviously the 57 looking strong out on the racetrack, but hence if it was a clean track or not, we'll have to find out on how we'll go with qualifying. My name is Ezeckiel Reyes, and now just joining us here for tonight. We're going to play the National Anthem here just momentarily. Volusia Sprint Week here for the iSCAR Sprint Car Series, week number 2. We'll be right back after the National Anthem. From Cayman, Cuba's Motorsport Network, getting back live here for the Volusia Sprint Weekend, set to go green momentarily as currently top of the charts, that number 57 of Austin Griffey. Rest of the order is going to be shown on our screen. We're, I think, going to have 2 heats. I'm not sure how it's going to line up for tonight. Still logging in around laps. How about Trey Shuttlesworth logging himself to the top of the field? Got a lot of rookies here for tonight. Obviously, this being the dirt series, we see more of the dirt guys show their faces. Holly Renninger is the 23 machine, works himself right off the turn. Number 4. To the inside wall. Christopher Wheel, that number 41 machine. We saw him pick up the win last week at Lanier. The final lap showdown between Sodinger, who's not here for tonight. We'll ride up against the fence. Aiden Saunders out on the field as well. Saunders failed to make the A main last time. Hopefully he could take it to it. He can get it done here for tonight. There's Matthew Klein. I don't think he made the A main, unfortunately. Jackson Menchu, first start in the sprint car series. That 53 gets himself out on the racetrack. Bright red scheme. We'll see where he logs around. Nick Miller in that number 9 Wicked Energy machine. Rolls himself to a stop as he's going to be qualifying in 8th place. Menchu, just currently floating around the racetrack. I guess he's going to log in lap and maybe get something off of that, but here he is. His laps logged. We don't have any race analysis shown on the right-hand side of the screen because it is heat racing, but we're going to be running 40 laps for tonight. It was supposed to be 16 get into the A main, but that's with the amount of cars we have here on the racetrack, that's not looking to be the case, because we do have less than 16 here tonight. So Minshew pulls himself back on in, and we're gonna go ahead and work ourselves into the first heat of the night. I think we're gonna run 2 rather than 1, but we'll have to see on how that works out. But in the meantime, Volusia Sprint Car Week, iSCAR Sprint Car Series, round number 2 out of 8, getting set to go here momentarily, as now we finally get ourselves on in. And heat number 1 going to consist of Shuttlesworth, Heater, Saunders, Wheel, and Stamp, Shands, and Minshew. Cody Shands logging himself late in that number 21 machine. You see him right there. Heater and not Heater, but Shuttlesworth and Saunders getting their machines tuned up right, getting it to the right fuel. Shuttlesworth on the racetrack and waiting for Saunders in that number 8. And I think it's 1 that move on. So it's 1 that moves on. We skip heat 3 and heat 4. 8 laps. For this one, there's Saunders working himself on the racetrack. That'll mean we're getting ourselves set to go green momentarily. Trey Shuttlesworth, that number 19. And lead the field to the restart. Heater alongside of him. You see Saunders right there in that number 8. Again, he failed to make the A main. We'll have to see in how that number 8 will turn out tonight, but everybody's going to make the main because there's less than 16 cars here for tonight. Wish we had more cars out here. That would have been fun to see a big field on how everybody would situate. But it's alright. 7 cars going to duke it out for heat number 1. Trey Shuttlesworth leading this field to the go. No cautions for this 8-lap event. I mean, 8-lap heat race. Eric Heater alongside of him. We'll see if he can get the jump. But this whoever wins this heat moves on to locks themselves into the A main. Pace car.
Green.
Is in, and we're green flag racing as Aiden Saunders is not going to get restarted as he goes side by side into turn number 1. Heater clears himself at that number 8, rolling around the high side of the racetrack, number 41, and Christopher Will. And Saunders going to move himself back into 3rd place, trying to come down to the 21. Contact there as the 21 of Cody Shands moved that number 8 of Aiden Saunders right up the racetrack. The meantime, up front, searching around for grip. That number 11 of Heater rolling along the bottom side of the racetrack has a run on the 19. Can't really take it anywhere. So we're into 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Everybody's seeing as clean as they can. Besides a bit of contact there with the number 21 of Cody Shands and Aiden Saunders. Working to 1 and 2. Heater is coming, and where will he go? Will he go inside or outside? But I'm pretty sure that inside is just a bit too strong. As of right now, is Heater trying to get a run. He's building up the momentum, but not enough grip to really catch up to that 19. The 19 is Shuttlesworth really taking him him all the way down to the bottom side of the racetrack. But coming lap to 3 laps to go this time by. It's Shuttlesworth, Heater, Wheel, Shands, Saunders, Stamp, and Menchu. Turn around this heat out, but battle for the lead is heating up, and here we go. It's going to be Shuttlesworth as there's a bit of contact in the background. We'll see what happens there. 2 laps to go, and it's still that bottom side is super, super strong. Fairly surprised as Heater now works himself up high. Might make a run down here, come to the white flag this time by. Heater works himself to the low side. White flag this time by. We're going to have a side-by-side battle as Heater now takes it to the front spot. Slide drops the 19. Shuttlesworth gets put into the wall. And Heater will win this heat in a dirty fashion as he puts Shuttlesworth back into 5th place. Checkered flag is out. Heater takes it. Takes heat number 1. And Shuttlesworth, who led all laps, does not lead the final one. And he's going to round himself out in 5th place. Heater tried to pull a slide job on him into 1, and obviously a lot of contact being let up there allowed number 11 to pull himself to the heat number 1 win, and Eric Heater is going to be starting up front. For the feature. But heat number 2 going to go underway, and it's going to be Griffey, Joe Dowd, Holly Reninger, and this top 3 full of rookies. Randy Kent also in this mix as well in that number 4 machine. He starts himself in 5th. The only real regulars we see here week to week, that number 9 and Nick Miller, and the 26 and Matthew Klein. Klein being sponsored by GTR. As we get ourselves set up to this green flag, Angela Taylor does not grid up on the field. So here we go to set ourselves up for a 6-car shootout for heat race number 2. We got 2 laps around here. If now just joining us here for tonight, the Volusia Sprint Car Week, running on Thursday nights, iSCAR Sprint Car Series, round number 2 out of 8. We'll see on who. We'll pick up the checkered flag for this one. Field works themselves to the start-finish line. The base cars and the 57 Griffey waited for the green, and the green flag is out. We're up and away. Has a lot of contact right in the background as the 3rd place car, I think that's number 23 of Holly, try to get herself or himself to the go, and he puts himself in 2nd place. We'll see if the 47 works himself to the inside. He cuts the 47's nose off. They're side by side. Miller shoves that 23 into the wall, and a dirty move is going to put that that number 4. I mean, that number 47, excuse me, all the way to 6th place. Meanwhile, up front, that bout. Oh, Miller gets turned! And around Miller goes, and he flips it over on the front straightaway. Nick Miller. That's actually not Nick Miller, excuse me. I thought he was in a blue car, but that's Randy Kent. We're going to get a replay of what happened to that number 4 machine as he worked himself right up off the corner. And it looks like the 9 and Miller. Oh, it looks like Kent got a bit sideways and came down on that number 9 of Nick Miller, unfortunately, as he worked himself to start finish line. 5 laps to go. Everybody gets themselves into the feature anyway, so we'll see how this turns out as 57 of Austin Griffey comes up on a couple of lap cars. I mean, 1 lap car, that number 4 of Randy Kent, obviously got wrecked on the front straightaway. 2 laps to go? No, 3 laps to go. No, it is 2 to go. No, just being delayed there, just on a slight, but At number 57, Austin Griffey. All he had to do is just log in one more lap, and he'll come home a heat race winner. Right in second place, Paulie Renninger. Started himself in second, will finish in second. Miller plows himself into third place. Checkered flag for the 57 will win it for heat race number 2. It's Griffey, Renninger, and here we go as we get ourselves set for, I think this is the feature race. Yes, it is. Okay. We got ourselves set for the feature race. We're going to go ahead and drag in our, looks like we don't even have some interviewees. We'll go ahead and drag in our heat number 1 winner, that number 11 of Eric Heater. Here, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Alright, Heater, you picked up heat race number 1. Obviously, led up a lot of contact there with number 19. How'd you get by him?
Really, it just took timing the move for 8 laps. Got into him there going into 1. It wasn't really intentional. I just wasn't really sure how close to me he was, and I thought he was pinching me a lot more than he actually was. So I went into the corner a little bit too shallow, and I didn't have much grip down there. So I slid up, and I feel really bad about that. I don't know, but he said it was okay, so we'll just go ahead and see what happens in the main, and I'll try to be a little bit nicer to him if he does get to me.
10-4, man. Any sponsors you want to thank here for tonight's race?
Yep, of course. Miller Motorsports, not many of us in here right now, but we do have a couple, so. And then Legends Racing League.
Alright, man. 10-4, Eric Heater going to start up front for the feature race. Good luck out there tonight.
Yep, thank you.
We'll drag in that number 53. No, that's 53. We're going to drag in the number 57 of Austin Griffey. Griffey, you got a copy?
Yep.
Yeah, man, you picked up a nice heat win there. How'd the car feel out there tonight, and how's the track?
Felt pretty good. Felt fast. Track is good. Get you right rear in that cushion, and you can drive off.
Right, man, and obviously, this being open set, you gotta have something under the hood helping you turn through the center of the corner. What you do down there? Well, can you give us a bit of information on how you set up the car here for tonight?
All I do is I just move the wing back and forth and mess with the stagger a little bit. Mess with the loose space and get the car tight if I need it to be. That's about it.
Alright, man. 10-4. Any sponsors you want to thank here for tonight's race?
Yeah, JG Motorsports, Twisted RC Chassis, Assault RC, Beach RC, R1 Works, and John's BSR Tires.
Alright,
and you guys.
Alright, man. 10-4. Good luck out there tonight in the feature race.
Thank you.
That was Austin Griffey, your heat number 2 winner, and we're going to go ahead and drag in that number 9 and Nick Miller into the booth. Miller, you got a copy?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, you're very enthusiastic about it right now. You're currently in 8th. You're going to start yourself in 5th. I think you finished 3rd in your heat race. How'd your heat go?
I don't know. That one of your guys you brought up from the recruitment races just about wrecked everyone in the heat, so.
Alright, man. 10-4. Otherwise than that, how's your car out there tonight?
Handle's pretty good, not gonna lie. Honestly surprised. Wasn't sure how it was gonna handle, but it's handling pretty good. Just
Oh, yeah, that's my setup, isn't it?
it's your setup, and I also have trays. I'm in mixing the two, trying to find which one's better.
Alright, man. 10-4. Good luck out there tonight. Any sponsor you want to thank before we let you go?
Nah, I'll keep that for the end.
Okay, man. 10-4. Nick Miller currently going to start himself in 5th for the feature race. Alright, we're going to slide into the booth at number 8 of Aiden Saunders, right into the booth, the number 8 machine. Hasn't logged in the lap. Saunders, you got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, Saunders. Well, you had a bit of an incident right there. I mean, did you?
Internet.
Yeah, you sort of did.
That's just my internet. I need to fix that, but oh well.
Oh man.
was
How's
fine.
your car as of right now?
It's all right. It could be better. Problem is I don't know how to set up a sprint car, so it's not better. The track's pretty boring. It's one line right now because it's tacky. So hopefully it slicks off and we get some multi-groove racing here.
All right, man. 10-4. Aiden Saunders. I don't even know where you are. We'll go ahead and let you go right now as the feature race
Last.
coming up.
Thanks.
So Aiden Saunders in that number 8, and that will be it. And Joe Dowd is gonna be starting himself up. I mean, he was the fastest in practice under these conditions. The track is gonna carry forward, and we will see on how these drivers will sort out for this one. 14 drivers gonna line up the field. Aiden does not start himself in last. He actually starts himself in 7th place, surprisingly. So here we go from Volusia Speedway for the Volusia Sprint Car Week. My name is Ezeckiel Reyes. Now for the iSCAR Sprint Car Series, the A-Main getting set to go underway here just momentarily. Eric Heater gonna start himself up front. Austin Griffey gonna line up right beside of him in that number 57. Christopher Wheel in that number 41 gonna be in 3rd place. Holly Renninger is going to be in 4th. Cody Shands in 5th place. Nick Miller going to be in 6th. That machine. Aiden Saunders going to be in 7th place. Matthew Klein going to be in 18th. I mean, wait, 8th. Excuse me. Trey Shuttlesworth booted all the way back to 9th. Joe Dowd was the fastest person in practice, and number 47 is going to start himself in 10th. Eric Stamp going to be in 11th place. Randy Kent going to be in 12th, and Jackson Menchu rounds the field out in 13th place. The field paces itself around here, and we're getting set to go 40 laps racing here at the Volusia Speedway Park. Eric Keeter in that number 11, looking for another iSCAR quote win, and his first ever feature race here for tonight. And number 57 at Austin Griffey was looking strong there in his heat. We'll see if he can pick it up tonight. That number 57 is going to start himself in 3rd. I mean 2nd, so he's gonna have a bit of a disadvantage coming to the restart. And if there was gonna be another restart, which there probably will be, we do single file restarts, so it's not gonna look good for that number 57. Getting ourselves set up to go green. 13 cars lined up on the racetrack. 40 laps going to be logged into the booth. About 9 minutes of racing. Going to go up and away as the field semi does a 4-wide salute. But it's too late for that. The engines are all revved up and ready. The setups are tight and steady. Oh boy, that actually rhymed. I actually might need to use that line just a bit more. But here we go, getting set to go green. It's time to drop the hammer. We're up and away at Volusia. Yellow. And we got a wreck, and it's going to be, unfortunately, the 09 of Eric Stamp. A big wreck on lap number 1, going to bring the field down to pace car speed, and Eric's one of the asphalt racers trying to, it looks like, a huge wreck of Shuttlesworth in that number 19 and went flying. He puts himself back on all 4, and Shuttlesworth, looks like a bit of contact there with the, I think that was the 21 of Cody Shands. Shands had some contact there with the 8, and Shands is working down the racetrack. Shuttlesworth this. Pile drives the 21. We go under caution for the first time tonight. Unfortunately for that number 19 of Shuttlesworth, his day is going to be done for, and he finished in, I think, 8th place in the feature race at Lanier. And a big hit into the points is going to bring him down and back into the garage. Involved in number 09 of Eric Stamp. Stamp's not going to have a nice run. Going to finish in last and just gain a point from tonight. Poor Trey, been involved in all sorts of scuffles and such. His day was not good here tonight. 1 lap to go. It is a single file restart. It's that number 57 of Austin Griffey. He's going to lead the field to the restart. And it's Renninger, Heater, Wheel, and Saunders going to lead the top 5. Back to racing on lap number 5 out of 40. The pace car going to slide itself onto pit road. That number 57 of Griffey. Eyes the flagman. Well, eyes the pace car because he needs to time it out as well as he can to pull himself away from that number 23. We're back through the gears. Actually, there's only 1 gear in the sprint car. We're back up to speed as they work themselves into 1 and 2. Back underway, and the 57 has moved up right to the portion of the racetrack, right up against all the loose dirt. Mid portions of 3 and 4, and that groove is just getting higher and higher. All that grip is being laid right against the middle portion of the racetrack, right up, rather than the outside. And you see all sorts of lines being ran through 3 and 4. Meanwhile, the field whips themselves down to 1 and 2. 23 of Holly wants to work the bottom side of the racetrack. That time the 57 works to the bottom in 3 and 4. 57's liking the low side, and it's playing out for him. He's pulling away from that number 23, and near contact as Heater scoops himself to the high side. Real wide right there. He's going to try to pull a crossover. Can't get a run to that number 23. And Renninger pull up to that number 57 of Griffey. Griffey doing a nice job keeping that car ahead, and we're going to go under caution as looks like it's number 21 and Cody Shands who's involved in this wreck, and he puts himself on a pit road. We'll see what happened here as he worked coming on lap number 12. Got clipped by the number 41 and Christopher Wheel. That's not Christopher Wheel. Is that 26 Klein? No, it wasn't. Shands is. It was a 47 of Joe Dowell. On board of him as Dowell put himself into 3. And I wouldn't really say it's Dowell's fault because Shands got real loose into 3 and he puts it on pit road. He's going to put himself out of harm's way, and unfortunately for him, his date is done for. Alright, getting set to go back racing here. Number 57 and Griffey has led all laps. Number 57, but the 23 has been putting the pressure on him. We'll see if he can go ahead and whip around. Trying to find some momentum. Pull it forward. Eric Heater. This top 3 actually hasn't moved around as much as I thought. Biggest mover is going to be on the right hand side of the screen. Griffey up 1. Holly up 2. Heater has fell back from his pole position. Saunders up 3, Wheel down 2, Randy Kent up 6, Joe Dowd and up 3. Getting ready for the restart. That number 57 of Austin Griffey will lead the field. Coming to the green. And we're back up through the gears. This song is the gears get up to speed as they work into 1 and 2. They're already looking 3 wide as Saunders works himself to the low side. Can't make much happen down there as he loses some time to that number 11 of Heater, who works himself down to the low side of that number 23. Has a run. We'll see if Heater's going to pull the slide job entering turn number 1 and works himself right down to the low side, but the 23 huge run through 1 and 2. And he pulls ahead of that number 11 of Heater. And that's all, this battling is just allowing this number 57, Austin Griffey, just to pull away by half a second. Holly's going to have to work up half a second on Heater, who's putting the pressure as he works himself to the low side, and Saunders up on the high side and wants him out of a charge. Can't work anywhere with it. Here comes Saunders right to the low side. Slide job for 3rd place, and Saunders up into 3rd, but he gets loose. I mean, he loses some time right up off the corner, and Heater works himself back down low in 3 and 4, and Saunders back into 4th place. Heater up to 3rd. With both of these people trading positions as we come up with a halfway this time by the 57 of Griffey. All he has to do is just work his lines out well, and he'll pull himself away to a first iSCAR victory. Meanwhile, for 2nd place, that's Aiden Saunders.
Yellow.
Making something happen, but we have a yellow flag, and this is going to rebunch up the field as one car is actually up on their side. That's number 41, Christopher Wheel, and another big flip. As a caution. That was not Christopher Wheel. Ooh. That was Christopher Wheel. It's like the 4 of Randy Kent. Worked himself low. Wheel went for the crossover. Kent was just turning down right up off of exit. Unfortunately, Wheel was right in his way. Last week's winner is not going to have a great points day here tonight. Going to finish up in 9th. I think we're coming to green this time by. No, we're not. Pace car lights are still on. But Griffey, Renninger, Saunders, Heater, Kent, Dowd, Klein is up into 7th place. Oh, a nice run for that number 26 machine. And that's number 20. That's number 9, and Nick Miller is right behind him. Wheel is on pit road. Shuttlesworth works himself back into the racetrack. That number 19 machine goes all damage to him. He's currently 22 laps down, but as long as he logs in a good amount of laps, he'll work himself by that number 21 and 53 of Jackson Minshew as we get ourselves set up for the green flag this time by. Pace truck.
Green.
And we're green. And a huge scramble as, oh, the 4 just plowing himself through. As there was a lot of contact there with him and Peter. Peter now gets balled back up and followed back up as now it's going to be down, trying to make something happen 4 wide as the 4 slides up the racetrack and into the wall. That number 4 of Randy Kent goes. His day is most likely done for as he tows it out. No caution gets called though. $14 laps to go, and now it's Griffey. And Saunders is up into the mix. Saunders, one of the veterans in iSCAR. I mean, I consider him a veteran because he's runs iSCAR week to week, but that number 8 has worked himself into 2nd place. He's slowly catching in on your leader of that. Oh, I mean, that 57 sort of pulling away just a slight, but Saunders, I know he has a setup right out of the hood. We'll see if he could pull himself up into to the backside of that number 57, but that groove is just not where he needs it to be.
Yellow.
As we do have a yellow, and oh boy, I think it involved the. Did it? Oh, looks like the 47 Joe Dowd involved in this one. Down. Oh, tagged the wall right up off the corner. Shuttlesworth got into him. Down. Just stops it on the low side, and leaders came up on him, and caution got flung. Klein's guaranteed top 6. How about that? So this is going to rebunch up the field yet again. Coming to the next restart. Number 57, Austin Griffey. Lead the field to the charge. Just gotta restart with 8 laps to go. There we go. iSCAR is in. Oh, Saunders attempted to jump the restart, but he did not time it well. That 8 falls back to half a second. As they work back in to 1 and 2. Everybody's scooting up to the high side. Miller goes way wide, just about tagging the guardrail. Right up off of 2. Only a handful amount of laps to go. Can Saunders mount up a charge to pull himself forward side by side for 3rd place as Heater wants to work himself down low. Slide job action right up off of exit. Then he clears. Oh my goodness, a great crossover by that number 23 of Hawley, who works himself to the low side, and Heater right back at it to the low. Not second, but 3rd and 4th are switching out positions left and right. 23 back to the low side. 11 trying to charge to the inside. Near contact right up off of exit. 5 laps to go, and looks like Saunders is not going anywhere. But he got great time in 1 and 2. He is there. Looks like Heater is falling back in the 4th place. Griffey is running low. But that 8 of Saunders is lurking in the mix. 3 laps to go. Saunders has to make something happen. And he's up in position, just 2 tenths back, as Griffey gonna elect low to protect down, but that just cost him a slight bit of time. 2 laps to go. That time he pulled it away just a slight. Saunders is really nailing down 1 and 2, but he didn't nail it down that time. All right, it all matters about how this white flag will play out. 1 more lap to go, presented by KMN, and Saunders right up against the guardrail, trying to mount up a charge. Can he fling it down low and make something happen? Griffey gonna scoot him out. Oh, it was close, right up off of 4, but Griffey's gonna take the checkered flag. What a win for that number 57. Griffey took it down low into 3 and 4, took away Saunders' line, and Saunders couldn't go anywhere with it. And Austin Griffey picks up his first feature win of the season. Aiden Saunders is going to come home in 2nd. Eric Heater coming home in 3rd place. There's that number 57 of Austin Griffey, your winner here for tonight. Griffey gonna burn it down here and do the donuts on the front straightaway. Order's gonna be shown on your screen as Griffey's ripping the dirt up. Angela Taylor does not start the race as 57's having a bit of fun with the inside wall. And what even is that? I don't even know what that was, but Griffey comes home our winner here for tonight, and we're gonna drag him into the booth. And that number 57 of Austin Griffey. I think he led all 40 laps. No, he didn't. Yeah, he did. That number 57 led all 40, and he picks up his first checkered flag. Man, Griffey, congratulations, man. What a round out there. Talking to me about the car tonight and how you pick up the win.
Thank you. Yeah, I I waited for that spot, like how the groove splits up and there's like a tacky spot in the middle. I waited for that to come around, and it did. I picked that as my line, and it won me the victory.
All right, 10-4, man. And that number 8 of Aiden Saunders was coming up on you, but you luckily cut him out in 3 and 4. How'd you hold him off there, man?
I heard him on my right side headphone, and I decided to go to the bottom because knew he was gonna throw a side job to try and get the first place, and I went down and blocked him, and I got the win.
All right, and that's all you had to do. You led all 40 laps, dominated here tonight at Volusia, and a great win to put yourselves up in the championship standings. Congratulations, man, for your first feature win of the season. Any sponsor you want to thank here for tonight?
Yeah, Twiz RC Chassis, JG Motorsports, Speech RC, Assault RC, R1 Works, John's BSR Tires, and I'll dedicate this to my papa in heaven. I love you.
All right, man. 10-4. Austin Griffey picks up his first W here in tonight at Volusia. Can't wait to talk to you coming next race.
Yeah, thank you.
And we're gonna slide ourselves back to that number 8 of Aiden Saunders. And Saunders, you were coming. You started in 7th place, but unfortunate to you, you just ran out of laps there at the end. Saunders, obviously a great car under the hood. How'd your setup feel for tonight?
Well, it was a stock setup. Usually what I run in 360s. Car was fast. As the track slicked off, like I said, I'd get better, and I feel like if I'd had a better heat race, I probably would have had a better shot at catching Austin and passing him. But I noticed he would wash up a little bit high in 1 and 2, and that's where I'd really gained my time, sticking a little lower. It's pretty similar in that case with the wingless sprint cars too. But it was a pretty good race.
All right, man. You nearly caught him in 3 and 4 as you pulled it down to the low side, but just Austin just took away your line. Besides making contact, do you think you would have had a run if you elected the high side or no?
No, the way Volusia is, you couldn't run the high side and get enough momentum like that. So I just figured I'd run the bottom, and if he slipped up, I'd drag race him to the line, but it wasn't even close. So he did a great job defending. He ran a great race too.
All right, man. 10-4. Aiden Saunders going to round himself out in 2nd place. Any sponsors want to thank you here for tonight?
Yeah, Amsoil, Signal 88 Security, CSA Design Group, Lucchini's Towing, and Vortex and Motorsports.
All right, man. 10-4. Aiden Saunders rounded himself out in 2nd place. Can't wait to talk to you coming next race.
Yep, thank you.
All right, and Eric Heater going to be into the booth in that number 11 machine. But as soon as Eric took off, he lost the lead. Heater, what was different via your car versus the other twos?
Well, setup-wise, at least for 2nd place, nothing really. We had shared setup there, but on the start, I just didn't have enough grip on the bottom, and the track was already a bit slicker than I anticipated, so not enough grip down there, and I initially lost those couple positions, and from there I just couldn't get enough to get side by side with the 23 for that first run, and Aiden eventually got by me, and I just hopped the cushion a bit, and that just after that I had pretty much no grip up there, went straight, got up into the wall, but fortunately, that didn't damage my car too bad, and from there, I was able to battle the 23. We were putting up some pretty good sliders there. It was a fun battle, but a little bit frustrating because I realized what I was doing wrong, and I finally figured out the track. So maybe one more yellow, or if I could have gotten cleared of him a little bit sooner, I could have been up there contending for the win. But otherwise, it was a pretty fun race, and it was solid. Just unfortunately didn't have enough grip on the bottom to be able to keep the lead early.
You mentioned you making mistakes and you finally correcting them in the end. What were you making wrong there during that final run?
I was just really just going up a little bit too high, and when I was trying to go to the inside, I wasn't committing to the sliders quite enough, so that just lost me time going to the bottom trying to make passes like that. So once I started committing to the sliders, I realized what I was doing, and I figured out that the slick there, it was pretty thick into the corner, and then once you got through the corner, it got cleared, and there was still more grip on the bottom to be had. So I figured out where that was, and I was running through that, and I had a lot of grip, and I was pretty fast there, but just lost the ground early and couldn't make it up.
All right, man. 10-4, Eric Heater. Even though he started in first, unfortunately, he comes out third here for tonight. Heater, congratulations on your third place finish. Any sponsors want to thank here for tonight?
Yep. Obviously, I said after the Heat, Miller Motorsports, and Legends Racing League, but on the real life side of things, I gotta thank Cartesios. They're painting my car right now, and we're gonna be heading down to Charlotte for the Winter Heat. That's at the end of this month and beginning of February, couple first days of February. So that's gonna be a lot of fun to race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. That's gonna be really cool.
All right, man. 10-4, Eric Heater rounds himself out in third. Can't wait to talk to you coming next race, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be all here for tonight. All the top three into the booth and interviewed. Volusia Sprint Week gonna round itself out here. Congratulations to your winner of that number 57, Austin Griffey. Until next time, we'll be back here on the same time slot, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. My name is Ezeckiel Reyes, signing out from KMN.